we're having a conversation about corporate greed and price gouging, and its contribution to things like inflation and the high price of goods and whatnot, and what have you. And Tactical here says, excuse me, that's the way capitalism works. What I think he meant to say, what is your solution to this problem? You want government to control prices and change to socialism? Question mark. You want government to set how much a person can make? Question mark. Yes and no. Okay. You and I have had multiple conversations, and you've been following me long enough that you have heard me on multiple occasions tell you that I am a capitalist. And I am. I'm a capitalist. I own a couple of different businesses. I want to make as much money every day as I humanly possibly can. But I am a capitalist that wants heavily regulated capitalism with strong social safety nets. So this, look, let me just give you a brief overview once again of what my position is, and then we'll talk about what my solution to the problem is, what I think should happen. I think that if you want the nice house or a house, you want a house, you want a car, you want a vacation, you want a wardrobe, then you have to get up and you have to go to work. You have to be a productive member of society, unless you cannot. If you have physical disabilities, if you have mental disabilities, if you are too old, that's where the strong social safety nets come in. You should become a productive member of society and go earn the money it takes to own and possess the things that you want to own. And the nicer thing, if you want the nicer things in life, then you have to figure out a way to earn more money in life. If you trip and fall for whatever reason, I think we as a society should be there. You lose your job because of a downturn in the economy, we should have robust unemployment that helps keep people afloat. Once again, you have some physical, mental disability that prevents you from working. We should be able to take care of you for the rest of your life. Seniors should be able to be taken care of. They've done their bit for king and country. To a certain degree, I think veterans should be able to be taken care of, right? At least a minimum, veterans shouldn't have to pay taxes anymore. I think that they've paid their admission fee. So I want heavily regulated capitalism with strong social safety nets. So I want you to get up and I want you to go to work, but we got your back if you fall. If you go into business, I want you to be able to earn $1 billion a day, so long as everybody behind you is taken care of. So you go down and you got small contractors, some plumber in your neighborhood that's got a van parked in his driveway, and he's got a guy that shows up every day that goes to do jobs with him, and that's his worker. It's going to be extraordinarily difficult for that small company to give this one guy all of these great benefits, but you got to do your best, the best you can. Don't be fucking this guy over. Give him a decent wage. If you can give him some benefits, give him some benefits, and he'll show you hard work, and you reward him as time goes on. But the bigger that you get, right? Now all of a sudden you're a plumber that has 50 employees, and you have several crews out working. Well, because you have enjoyed more success, you should be taking care of the people that have helped you make that possible, the people that work for you. So the more successful you are, the more you should be giving to your employees. So better wages for the company that has 50 employees than for the guy who's got the one guy showing up to his house every morning to go do jobs. More benefits, better benefits for the company that has the 50 employees than the guy that's got the one guy showing up. So I think there's a scale, right, where you should be taking care of people to the best of your ability, but the more successful you are, the more you should have to take care of them. And because that's not in human nature, it should be legislated that way. And so as you go up and up and up, and you get to the billionaire class, if you're able to make $1 billion, then everybody behind you should have more than just a living wage, right? If you're able to enjoy wealth in the billions, then everybody that works for you, everybody behind you, so to speak, they should all have well beyond a living wage, like a damn fucking fine wage. They should all have incredible benefits. Their health care should be covered through the company. They should have multiple weeks of vacation afforded to them, paid time off, various perks, retirement accounts, whatnot, what have you. So I believe that there's a scale. And then we get into periods of time like we had, oddly enough, 100 years ago in the 20s. Once again, I talk about it all the time. We're in that 100-year cycle. Think about where we were 100 years ago. We were in the 1920s. What was going on as we moved from the 1910s into the 1920s? The wealth gap kept growing and growing and growing and growing, and the people at the top kept more and more and more and more, and ultimately it led to a collapse of our economy. We had the Great Depression, and shortly after that, we were facing World War. And we're right back there. The wealth growth, we're 100 years later, the wealth gap is growing and growing and growing. We have fascism taking hold around the world. We have military conflicts on the European continent, and we're right back into that 100-year cycle. So what I think should happen is, as a capitalist, I think Elon Musk should be able to go out and earn $40 billion a day, if that's what he's able to go earn. So long as everybody that works for him is taken care of extraordinarily well. He doesn't gouge anybody for the things that he charges, and we are taxing him appropriately. And yes, I believe that the taxes on people like Elon Musk should be raised significantly the higher their earnings are. I think that there should be a tax level for the first set of earnings, that even a person like Elon Musk, you're gonna be taxed X amount at the first couple of 100,000 you bring, and then as you go up and up and up, we're going to tax a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. You still get to be a billionaire, and we're going to help society with the money that you were able to generate, and that's how that's going to work. As far as price gouging goes, I believe that the federal government should set legislation that prevents a company from gouging people at the till in some form of formula that would have to be left up to people that are infinitely smarter than me, that says that you cannot charge X amount more for a product than it costs to manufacture that product. In other words, if it costs you $1.50 for a penicillin shot, you don't get to charge $2,000. That's price gouging, and that should be controlled in some way, shape, or form through the legislation, through the legislature. I have absolutely no problem with that. I have no problem saying to somebody, you can go earn all the fucking money in the world that you can earn, but the more that you earn, the more you're going to have to help society, because society possesses that money, and you're now amassing it, hoarding it, so to speak. So you have to do something with that money. You don't just get to hoard it and let the rest of society dry up, right? I don't believe that billionaires, I'm not one of the people that believes that billionaires should not exist. I don't agree with that statement. I do agree with the statement when it comes to billionaires, however, that says in the system that we have today, you can't become a billionaire unless you exploit somebody. I think there is a way for heavily regulated capitalism could allow for people to continue to be billionaires, yet cough up enough of the revenue that they generate that society would benefit as a whole. People would have health care. People could go to college. Schools would be funded. Special education needs would be met. Things of that nature. Infrastructure would be built. And I don't think that is so outlandishly out of line to say you still get to go be a billionaire. You still get to go have your yachts and your planes and have supermodels sucking on your toes and whatever the fuck else comes with being a billionaire. But you're also going to kick into society a hell of a lot more than you have been. I got no problem with that.